Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello everybody, welcome to our Leading Change episode this week with Dahm Hongchai. Hi Dahm, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So Dahm, on Wednesdays we dive into change, and of course change is one of the key aspects of the role of the Scrum Master. We deal with change every single day, whether it's an individual, the team, or even the organization, like Agile transformation as an example. We talk about change at all kinds of levels. And because it's such an important aspect, we want to learn from your experience about what works in change management. So tell us about a change process you were involved with, and tell us a little bit about, is it one team, multiple teams, one individual, a whole organization? So give us a little bit of the context, and then tell us the story of how that change happened, and specifically highlight the tools, the tips, the tricks, the techniques you learned back then that you still apply today.
All right. I would like to share with you about change processes when I worked with an executive team here in Thailand. What I learned from this team, they didn't talk to each other much. Even they had conflicts. So people didn't dare to reveal their conflicts because people here wanted to create harmony. So I invited the executive team to sit in one room, and I asked them about what was happening in this team, why people didn't talk to each other, why many people came to complain about another people to me. Why not just tell those people directly by yourself? I don't want to be a conveyor of information for you. And they were quiet a little bit. And then I showed them about the 5 dysfunctions of a team. Yeah, there is a book there, right? From, who is that?
Patrick
Peter?
Lencioni. Yeah.
Okay, I believe you. Sorry. Yeah, so Patrick talked about trust, right? People here didn't trust each other. That's why they didn't dare to talk about sensitive topics. So I asked them to tell each other about what they didn't like each other when they were together. Once the first person opened a topic to tell why she didn't like working with another person, and then they were on fire. They were on fire, and I tried to help them to cool down a little bit by tell all of them to listen to each other until they heard what each person tried to say. So they learn about deep listening again, right? And then later on, people dare to make conflicts, in our conversation when they were open their mind, their ears, their mouth wide enough, to do this conversation. So when people were at the level of trust, they dare to make conflicts, and then they turn negative conflicts to be healthy conflicts, and they try to set up common points, what they would work together much better than today. They try to create buy-in in their team. Some people agreed what they wanted to do. That is easy, right? But some people disagreed. So all of them had to, how to say, invite, some people disagreed, with them to share their concerns. And then those people try to collaborate, try to give more information, try to listen until those people who disagreed buy in, buy in with them. So when we want to make commitment in our team, it's easy to take people who agree with us, to join us, right? But we have to create buy-in, with people who disagree but commit. Yeah.
Yeah,
After
disagree
this
but
workshop,
commit. That's a very important point.
yeah, after this workshop, people fought each. I mean, like during the workshop, people fought each other, but they turn all negative conflicts to be healthy conflict, to be positive conflicts, and they set up many agreements for working with each other. And they were so happy after the workshop, and they wanted to see me again to
So
do.
one of the aspects of this story that I want to highlight is that you did say that this was an executive team, but team dynamics are not specific to whether the team is an executive or a development team. I think that the team dynamics that you just talked about are dynamics that we see in all kinds of teams, and of course also in executive teams, which of course is one of the reasons why I say that Scrum Masters would be great CEOs, because they are very often accustomed, they are familiar with working with difficult teams. And of course, where do you see the most difficult teams? It's in the executive level, because you have the most motivated, most vocal, most stubborn sometimes people in the organization. And knowing how to work with all of these kinds of personalities is a very important asset for a CEO, as it is for a Scrum Master. So for me, the importance of that story for Scrum Masters lies in the fact that we need to learn to build what might be a very attention high type of environment into a cooperative. I think you said it very beautifully when you said it's okay to disagree, but we need to commit to work together, right? Like that's a very important aspect. And I think you shared some very important tips for Scrum Masters here about how to turn this tension or high tension environment into a cooperation environment. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are there for, to help team members cooperate to reach a common success, right? It's not an individual success, it's a shared team success. So I really like the story. That was my takeaway, though. How about you, Dahm? What is the biggest takeaway you want our listeners to take from this story?
From this story, I would like to encourage Scrum Master or Agile coaches to practice listening, and then you will understand personalities of your team members, and then you will be able to interact correctly with them. If, like if you want to create conflicts and then turn conflicts to be healthy conflicts, you have to listen like really, really deeply, to understand all concerns, especially from people who are really quiet.
That's a very good point. In order to turn conflicts into collaboration, you need to learn to listen deeply. That was a great story. Thank you for sharing that with us, Dahm.
I'm happy to do this.
Leading change is one of the core skills we must acquire, but it is only one of the steps towards our success as Scrum Masters. Tomorrow, on Success Thursday, we will talk about how to define success for the Scrum Master role. We'll cover tips on how to measure your way to that position, and most importantly, how to develop that focus on continuous improvement that is as important for Scrum Masters as it is for teams. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.